I already saw a bunch of turkey and some deer running around. So hopefully we'll run across some hogs. I'd even be willing to put a javelina in the freezer. And I see something over here. What's up, guys? Let's just get this out of the way. We all know the Crockers are dealing with some stuff and spiderweb, and that's okay. We actually had no idea Jared was posting the video that he did. I talked to him earlier, and apparently he filmed the day before and was uploading it, and we don't have very good communication out here, I guess. And so Jared actually saw the videos we posted and then called, and yeah, some people are saying that we're doing this as like a publicity stunt, trying to get people's attention or whatever. It's not. This is all real. Jaylena's having a tough time. Jared's having a tough time. I'm having a tough time. Is what it is. We keep our channels very real, and it just is what it is, people. And we like to keep it real. We like to keep it genuine. So that's what we did. But the way I deal with things is keep moving. Keep moving, do what you gotta do, keep my mind busy, and so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm checking on Rusty real quick. He's doing good, he's over there. He was just laying right here in this little dirt patch, as you can see. And he's doing fine, he's by himself, so I do feel bad. And he really doesn't have any shelter in here. On the other side, he would stay underneath the little bench thing. So I think I'm going to try to come up with something that I can make as a shelter for him. So if it does rain, I think it's supposed to rain this week. It probably won't, but it'd be amazing if it did. Cool things down. So I'm going to try to build him a little structure. So I know we got material everywhere, so I'm going to kind of scrounge around, see what I can make. The best shelter with a little bit of time and a little bit of effort, so I don't kill myself trying to do that. But for Rusty, I'm going to try to hook him up. So I think the quickest and easiest thing is set up a tarp. We already got the corner here, so all we gotta do is put a T-post over here, kind of put it out, and I think I might, I'm not 100% sure yet because this is covered. I may just put it just on top. I was gonna do it like on the sides to come up, but I think the fact that that's kind of covered, it'll be okay with just this spot. So let's do that. Thing's hot. Metal's way too hot. Okay, that was a quick little, I don't know, 5-minute project, and all I did was hook it on here on the fence. And so if it does rain, it's going to kind of slope down this way. I may even lower it a little bit, so if it does rain, it will let water slide off that way, away from this side, so he can be back here in the corner or over there. It kind of gets shade at the end of the day when the sun goes down from that and the tarp. And so I think he's gonna like it. He's kind of over there by himself right now, but I know he'll come check this part out in a minute. You doing good, Rusty? Yeah, buddy. He got his water over here. It cleared up a lot. It ain't the cleanest, but it's pretty good. But I think he's found a little spot there, because you could tell that he's been there a lot. And then over there. So another project I've been wanting to finish, just haven't got around to it, is these brush piles. I cut all the trees down, and we need to haul those limbs off. So I'm gonna do that today, because I don't want to put it off any longer. So whenever I cut all these limbs and I stacked them like this for a reason, where the bottom of the branch is down here And I try to get the biggest branches I can get, put them on the bottom, and then stack all the other stuff on top with the branches facing the same way. So I can tie them together and drag them easy. It makes kind of like a little sled rather than them being all different ways and getting tangled up. This makes it slide easy, so that's what I'm gonna do. Just got a little noose here that's real easy. And all I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna wrap it around this big one. And then I'm gonna put the smaller one in there. And hopefully, which it ain't gonna work how I want. So what I'm gonna do is take this out. I'm gonna run it through here since it's to that V. Put it back through, and now it should drag all of this at one time. So let's see if I'm correct. It's that easy. Now I gotta throw all this out here and do it about 15, 20 more times. All right, so I just drug up all these branches. No, they're not in a nice clean pile. I don't care. Look at all this extra space out here. It's not gonna bother me. My uncle has a bulldozer thing that he's getting worked on, as well as a tractor. So once we get that, the tractor, we got to clear a bunch of stuff anyways, and then hopefully get that bulldozer thing out here, push it all up one pile. To me, it looks better than being around the camp house. So project number 2 for today, done. So for the first time out here at the ranch, it's raining. Not a whole lot, as you could tell, but it's enough to get everything wet and cool it down. And hopefully my little thing I made for Rusty over there, a little shelter, will come in handy. Luckily, I drug all those limbs and everything out of the way before it rains. It's pretty cloudy, so I have no idea how long it's gonna last, but it looks like it's probably gonna blow over pretty quick. So I guess depending on how long it rains, we'll see what else we can get done. But if it keeps raining, we'll figure something out. It's raining pretty good now, but Rusty's under there. So I'm pretty glad we made that tarp for him, because he's right under there, staying out of this rain. But this sucks. Well, if you've never been to Texas, the Texas saying is, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, because guess what? No more rain. Back to a normal hot day. It rained for a good while. I didn't have a whole lot to do, so I went in and I took me a nap so I could recharge, get back, and hopefully do some more stuff. I'm not 100% sure on what I'm gonna do, but as right now, I'm gonna go check on Rusty and make sure that the little shelter I made for him withstood the rain, because it came down hard for a minute. Well, he's right here in his little shelter, which is good. And it looks like it's holding up good. Looks like there might be a little water. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna let Rusty be in the shade. So, good with that. All right, so I was gonna move this trap to another spot, but since it rained, I'm not really in the mood to do it right this minute. So I'm just gonna set it again with some corn and see if I can't get a hog again before the sun goes down. Normally the actual hogs have been coming out right before the sun goes down. So I figured it's about 4 o'clock now. We got about 4 hours before that. So this will give enough time to bait it, get me away, and kind of keep an eye out. Even if I don't catch them in there, maybe I can use my freedom stick to get another one. So let's see. So this time I put the stick on there on the other side, which I feel like they're gonna hit going in, but maybe a big one will go in there or something before they knock it down. But I'd rather it fall down with one of them in there than not fall down at all, because the door's too heavy. So we'll see what happens. Like I said earlier, maybe I can use my freedom stick to get one out here. And as you guys know, I hauled all those branches off earlier. To me, this looks a lot better, having all that out of the way. When we drive up, we can just drive through. We can see all the way through. There's nothing blocking it. Oh, it feels so good to have that out of the way. We got a lot of other stuff that was going on, working on the camp house and electric and trying to get water back and all that stuff. So to be able to finally get back to the things that I started with and finish feels good. Guys, meet our new refrigerator. As you guys know, the refrigerator inside is not working. So what we're gonna do is use this guy, and I throw some bottles, and we're gonna use this as a little makeshift refrigerator. We're gonna put some bottles in there of ice, and then that way it doesn't get all wet in there. And then we can just put what little we do have in here, like some ketchup and barbecue sauce, and then a bunch of that meat that we got from that hog. I went ahead and stripped it all from the bones and just put it in a Ziploc bag, and which I'm going to show you later because I'm going to eat some of that. And yeah, we're just going to use this as a fridge. And this is cold, nice cold water. We let it get, I freeze the bottom, let it get it into a big old ice chunk, and then I put water in and let that get on top. And then we got some good cold water for the day. But for now, we have bottles of solid ice. So since it's like this and got little bottles, I can put the meat down here and the barbecue sauce, since we don't have a whole lot more, and the bottles can go around it. And then Jaylena bought some huge water bottles. They're probably like 3 or 4 times the size of that for her to drink. And as soon as she's done with that, I'm gonna fill them up with water, freeze them, and then be able to put those on top of everything we put in there. Since heat rises and the cold falls, we'll put some of it on top also. And that way we have a little mini fridge now, which is great. We don't have a whole lot that needs to go in it, so this will work. And every day we'll just put them back in, and we'll do a cycle of bottles and constantly have cold bottles in there, and have a mini fridge to get us through the next 2 months, as long as we can make it the next 2 months. And so this isn't a huge thing to most people, but this is a huge thing for us right now, because not having a refrigerator is tough. So this was my dad's idea, and sometimes your dad knows best. So a big goal of mine is to learn how to use a bow and arrow, and hopefully if I can get decent enough at this, I will buy a compound bow. And I'd love before the 100 days to actually not even for the 100 days, within a year from now, I'd like to get something out here with an arrow instead of a good old freedom stick. So my goal is to figure this out, which I learned last time. We were putting it on this side. You guys told us put it on this side. Well, along with my dad told us that as well. But unfortunately, this arrow is missing one of the little I don't even know what you'd call it. They used to be feathers back in the day. But all right, let's see. Hit the tree and not the deer. Let's try again. Almost hit its feet. Last time we did all this, someone said we were city slickers and we should just give up. I'm not a city slicker. I grew up country. I just never shot anything with the bow and arrow. So you gotta figure it out at some point, and figured might as well do it right now. I'm out here. Not bad. See if I can get it again. Not bad, guys. I think I got it. To me, this is just a good mental thing. After everything that's been going wrong, I want to stay positive. I want to stay in a good mood. I want to keep myself going out here. And I want to keep Jaylene in a good mindset as well. And so even little things like this isn't huge. I'm not going to end up getting a deer with a bow and arrow, especially this one. But this is just good mental practice and physical practice. And yeah, when you think you're getting down, keep going. Three for three. I'm gonna leave it at that. So, City Slicker who? Alright guys, so the sun's going down. I'm gonna go for a little cruise in the Jeep now that we got it fixed and it's not squealing real loud. I'm gonna see if I can't find some hogs somewhere else to put some meat in the freezer and possibly look for the goats at the same time. So let's go for a cruise. So of course the dogs are following me, so I think I'm gonna have to throw them in the Jeep with me so they don't scare everything off. Come on guys, come on Bandit. Well, we'll see how this goes. I'm surprised she's in the front seat. She don't even like being in cars. But as long as they'll do their thing, I'm good. This is like the perfect time to come out and drive around. The sun's going down, so it's getting a little cooler, so it's not as hot and miserable, but all the animals are starting to come out to eat. And I already saw a bunch of turkey and some deer running around, so hopefully we'll run across some hogs. I'd even be willing to put a javelina in the freezer, and I see something over here. So I just saw some hogs running in here. I wasn't able to get one, but I kind of came in, I saw them running off, so that's a good sign that they're out. And I have to say, I'm extremely proud of these dogs. Whenever I got out and walked around, I told them to stay. And I probably walked around for like 2 minutes and they stayed in the Jeep. So I am super proud of these dogs. As a dog dad, they've made me very proud. Good job, Bandit. Out here in the oak trees, this is my absolute favorite place to be. My dad always said every time we came out here, man, I'd love to build a cabin out here one day, just in the middle of all these trees, and I finally get it. This is, to me, almost heaven on earth. I absolutely love being out here in the wild. You know, a lot of people are saying you're not really off-grid. I know we're not off-grid, but this is a lot better than being in the city, so I absolutely enjoy this place out here. These oak trees, I mean, this is just awesome. So as I was driving, a whole bunch of quail just flew up in front of me, a big old covey of them. Check this out, there's a ton of them. Unfortunately, I just missed a whole pack of hogs right here. I pulled up on them and they took off, but I'll show you the tracks here in a minute. I kept driving, I'm hoping when I come back around they'll be out, and so I'm gonna give them a few minutes to come back out on the road. But if not, I'll show you the tracks that I saw. But there's probably about, I don't know, there's probably about 8 of them. Some smaller black ones, a larger black one, and a good size brown one. Looked like maybe a reddish brown. So hopefully when we come back around, we'll see some more hogs again. If not, I'll just show you those tracks like I said. But like I said, this is a great time to come out. This has been a good little cruise so far. I wish we saw the goats, but I'll take a hog. So unfortunately, the hogs didn't come back out. I already came back around. But here are the tracks. As I was driving up, I saw all these tracks here on the side. And it became more and more. And you can tell these are pig tracks by the way the hooves are. And by the time I pulled up about right here, they were down at the bottom of this little gully area, and by the time I can get my gun ready and all that, they ran into the trees far enough that I couldn't see them. So it's a bummer, but I know they're out, and this is not the first time I've seen them in this area, so this would be a good spot to come back, put some corn out and stuff like that. But this gives me hope that whenever we get back, the trap that I have set up will have, hopefully, let's see if I can get going, we'll have some hogs in it, so that'd be pretty awesome. So high hopes, fingers crossed, we get a hog today. Alright guys, so I'm gonna call it a day. That was a pretty good day. The fact that I saw those hogs, it's a bummer I didn't get any, but I'm just glad to see them for the freezer camp, not so much to see them that they're out here. But I got high hopes that our trap over there is gonna catch some tonight. I do have the trail cam over there, so if the trap does get hit, then I'll at least be able to see what it was, if they got in and didn't trip it, or whatever the case may be. But guys, it was a good day. I was able to shoot the bow and arrow real good. I learned that one today. I was able to see a bunch of cool stuff, go for a good drive, got a few projects knocked out, so I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna go eat some pulled pork sandwiches. I may show you that, just a clip of it at the very end. But guys, thanks so much for the support, the love. See you guys tomorrow. So this is the meat that I pulled off, the bones. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that's gonna make a ton of sandwiches. And I'm gonna eat some of these good old Dollar General barbecue chips with it on my good old Dollar General bread here. So I'm gonna heat some of this up, put some barbecue sauce on it, throw it on some bread, and try it out. You gotta do the good old Sweet Baby Ray's hickory and brown sugar. That's the best kind. Kind of put some on there. Now I'm gonna heat this up, and I'll be right back. Alright, got this all nice and hot, the barbecue sauce. Kind of mix it all together. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. Get you 2 pieces of nice Dollar General bread. And are you really country if you're not eating on some plywood countertops? And then throw some of this on there. Now that's a good looking sandwich. I don't think Jared's got anything on that. Now let's see what this bad boy tastes like. That's good. And not like Jared saying it's good. It's really good. So, smoked wild hog, some barbecue sauce. That's the way to do it. So, see you guys tomorrow.